Wisdom.
Take that one. Don't be yellow. The only yellow that I own is in these little tiny towels.
Yes.
I am jazzed.
All
I
right.
am so jazzed. And
You look great.
oh, thanks.
Yes.
Well, you know, there's a baby that's been born, and
That's right.
and I'm the goddess.
That's what you sure
Testing, testing, testing,
It's
testing.
basically like helping them to shape how they give their talks, right? How they structure their ancient wisdom.
This is the ancient wisdom, and so the personality that comes from this is always wanting you to succeed. And so Hermes is probably as far back as ringing out there.
Yeah.
But this one is at the start.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's nice. No, we didn't, nobody got one for everybody.
She says this is the only one they have.
Uh-huh,
So I
yeah.
just like wanted to look at it, so
And
she
we're,
wrote it down for me, but
we're almost,
I was working over there, they didn't have it, apparently.
oh, okay.
Yeah. You can look at it if you want.
Cause I wondered why we didn't get, I started that, and then somebody else did it.
Yeah, it wasn't always a good thing.
This is like Advent already, because it's slowly.
Oh. Yeah, it is kind of early, isn't it?
What was that Yogi Berra quote? Deja vu all over again.
Good morning, everybody. Before we do our call and response, welcoming everybody, we have a special thing that we're going to do. Today, we are lighting the candle for our power of the month, which is wisdom. And so you'll hear more about that in a second. But first, we're going to light our unity candle. Allow the words that we speak to be of your own heart. I light this candle for the power of wisdom located at the solar plex. Wisdom within each other and wisdom within myself. Wisdom is my ability to judge, evaluate, discern, be wise, appraise, and apply what is known.
Releasing judgmental thoughts and feelings, I wisely know how to use divine ideas. Wisdom, judgment, discernment, purity, and power are now here, expressing themselves in the beauty of holiness.
The Christ is now here, raising me to its consciousness of divine judgment, and wisdom of divine mind is expressed in all that I think, say, and do. Wisdom is quickened and regenerated here, now. Together, can we say, wisdom is mine? I love the word mine because it is claiming possession of something that we all have. Can we just say mine? Mine. Together, wisdom is mine. Wisdom is mine. That's right. And what we're going to do is we're going to welcome each other and simply say, look across the room and find a new set of eyes and say, welcome to unity. Where love is felt, truth is taught, lives are transformed, and all is well as we express the Christ within.
And all is well as we express the Christ within.
And so it is.
All right. I'm going to use this.
So I have some, if anybody wants some instruments, I thought we'd do a little This is a call. We can start as a call and response, and then you guys can take it on your own. But stand up and, move around a little bit if you want, whatever you want to do. This is the power chant. It was actually shown the words to this by, I think it was maybe from Bill King, who was a minister a long time ago. He had quite a lot to do with us getting this building, among other things. But feel free to stand up, and you can repeat after me. And then once you get into it, you can even make up a little dance or your own motions to the words or whatever you want to do. So here's the first line. It goes, I am the power in everyone. I am the power in everyone. I am the dance of the moon and the sun. I am the hope that never dies. I am the turning of the tide. Let's keep doing that a while now. I am the power in everyone. I am the dance of the moon and the sun. I am the hope that never dies. I am the turning of the tide. I am the power in everyone. I am the dance of the moon and the sun. I am the hope that never dies. I am the turning of the tide. Now we'll try it straight through. Just think about the main word for each verse. It's power, dance, hope, and turning. Here we go. I am the power in everyone. Dance. I am the dance of the moon and the sun. Hope. I am the hope that never dies. Turning. The turning of the tide. I am the power in everyone. I am the dance of the moon and the sun. I am the hope that never dies. I am the turning of the tide. Good job.
All right, a little participation there. What we're going to do is to continue our service, we're going to have our opening prayer.
Having a straw like you do when to stir coffee at Starbucks, little tiny straw. So we're going to
Carla's talking about a special announcement. So Sally had the baby, everybody. Yes, Sally had the baby. So for those of you who don't know, this is our third child. She was a week past the due date, and so we were on just like, it was a heavenly alert, okay? But yeah, it's a long story. I'll condense it to this to say that I delivered her, okay? Yes, it was, y'all, we gotta just, I gotta give the whole campfire story out here later on, but we didn't have time to make it to the hospital. Sally was like connected in her knowing and said, the baby is coming now. And so I was like, okay, here we go. I caught the baby, ripped the towel off of a wall, caught her. Sally stepped over umbilical cord. We look over, Resident and Kenya are standing right there, and they're like, it's okay, baby, it's all right, it's natural. So the midwife was like, should we come? We say, don't worry about it, we got it, control, we got it. So we burned the cord, we didn't cut it. It was just incredible. So Sally, 10 minutes later, is walking around, and then she says, this is everything that I wanted. So what she wanted was to be able to have the kids there and it just be us, and it was at sunrise. So the baby, yes. Yes, the baby was born on the 29th of February. So she's a leap year baby, okay? Yes. And so we have her goddess mother here, Carla. We're so thankful for her. Yes. And what's really special is all of you are our family, not extended family, our family. And so we have felt it since we came here 3 years ago, and it's just been a continuation. And so you better believe we are putting Miss Gwen to work. The more kids, the better, okay? We're putting Miss Gwen to work. So the announcement was about visitors, and so I can say we do have a visitor, okay? So we'll have her naming ceremony next week, and then we'll be able to share her name. We'll have her naming ceremony next week, and then we'll be able to share the name. But, you know, it'll be on Zoom. We'll send y'all a link, yeah. So that's the visitor announcement. Are there any other first-time visitors? Hello, welcome. Y'all are just as special as a baby. I gotta let you know, okay? Just as special. And so whatever brought you here, however the universe guided you here, you are so welcome and so loved. And so at some point, somebody's gonna hand you something.
Jackie.
Yeah, we see him up here. So visitors are really important to us because we acknowledge that it takes a lot of commitment to listening to source and to your gut and to divine guidance that gets you in this random building on 39th, right? And so we welcome you and we thank you for joining us. And so this is a little taste in terms of how we do service. It's very much family, okay? Very much family. So the only announcements that I have, one is please check out the website. We have ongoing classes. Carla, is your class still accepting people on Thursdays? Oh, sure. Okay, cool. So, yeah, the book is a Book of Mastery, and it was channeled, which is really exciting. And so every Thursday is on Zoom. Carla's leading a spiritual book group. And so that worksheet or flyer is going to be in the lobby. We also have crochet courses and drumming and listen, y'all, it's on and popping, okay? Althea, can you raise your hand real quick? So check out Althea if you're interested in drumming. Barbara, where are you? Yes, Barbara, raise your hand. So we got crochet happening. Y'all, it's so much going on. And I want to give a shout out to everybody who makes this service possible, not just, you know, us up here on the platform, but the AV, the board member on duty. We got obviously Jackie Tatum. We have Kathy DeWitt on the keys. And then on top of it, y'all, we're holding space both on the grounds to keep everything clean and tidy, and then all of us here, we make this vibration, right? So I want to acknowledge all of us here. With that, we're continuing with our daily word. Thank you, Rupali.
It's a perfect word for today. with the theme that's already been brought forward, grace. The grace of God surrounds and enfolds me. This is from 1 Timothy 1:14. And the grace of our Lord overflowed for me with faith and love, for we are all in Jesus Christ. From the moment I meet the day to the moment I rest at night, I am enfolded in the grace of God. I find grace in the rhythm and balance of the natural world. It is in the beauty of a sunrise and in the sweet, gentle rains. I find grace in all the souls with whom I share this beautiful planet, the faces of my dear ones and others that I meet in the day. Grace is the presence of God made manifest. Grace is the presence of God made manifest. As it does for the world around me, grace blesses my life as well. It is the unexpected kindness, a smile, a serendipity, a forgotten error. It is a forgiveness of harm. It is the assurance that I carry in the deepest recess of my soul. I know I am loved, I am treasured, and I am secure in the heart of God. And so repeat with me, the grace of God surrounds and enfolds me.
I thought it was pretty perfect that you lit the wisdom candle because you knew what to do when that baby came. That's a pretty amazing story. This is a song, it was a collaboration between Faith Rivera, David Roth, and Karen Drucker. They were all sitting around one day waiting for something, and each one of them wrote a verse to this song. It's called the Surrender Song or Morning Song. Some of you might know it, and the chorus repeats a few times, so you might at least get that. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am stronger every moment, every day. My mind is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let Spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and true and free. As I continue walking in this mystery, I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am grateful every moment, every day. There may be walls, there may be roadblocks in my way, but I can choose to take a higher path each day. And now I know that what I thought was safe and sound was only habit and regret that held me down. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I grow kinder every moment, every day. I am more grateful every moment, every day. I grow stronger every moment, every day.
Thank you, Kathy. Kathy is perfect for this day, that song. But Kathy told me that the three people that wrote this song together, they each took a separate verse. the two aren't going to make a. Okay, yeah, that's the way I am. We'll just find out. Just try it. Try it and see. Okay, thank you very much. Do whatever it takes to get those fears out. We have to make a conscious choice to align with something else in vibration that lifts us higher rather than lower. Why not choose love? Why not? Why not use two mics up here? Why not? Yeah. Remember, you're always guided. You are always guided. So ask your guides for help. I need help in figuring out how I can erase this fear that I have, that the world is, in a mess. So when we get aligned with something, that's unity. And I don't mean unity church. Unity, it's oneness when we get aligned with it. So when we get aligned with all the fear, we're in unity with it, right? And so we need to knock it off. Remember that expression? You can tell how old I am. Knock it off. All teachings of wisdom trace back to these Hermetic laws. It says, you find the book when you need it. Have you ever heard of that one? You find the book when you need it. That you find the teacher when you're ready to be taught what that teacher has to teach. There is nothing that is not already here. A teacher holds the space of the field for you. All of these are from the Hermetic books. Take a breath and tap into this higher vibration now. Just take a breath, and like we did with the opening prayer, just allow yourself. Allow the divine feminine to awaken within you. And I do not mean girly girl or anything like that. I mean that we have to have a balance of masculine and feminine. And so by allowing the feminine, which Jesus modeled with love, so that's what we do. I care, but I do not carry. So we can say that to that blackboard. I care about the world, but I do not carry. Isn't that an affirmation and a denial? Isn't that what unity teaches? I care, but I don't carry. Okay. The great mystic, prophet, and spiritual teacher, Yeshua, embodied the divine feminine, as I said. In fact, he was sometimes called Sophia, which is the Greek word for what? Do you know what that? Wisdom. For wisdom. Yeah, for wisdom. He evolved. We see his evolvement in the Gospels. We all evolve. Individually, culturally, collectively, as a nation. Our nation went from just do it to what's on Netflix tonight, right? Out there, get out there, do it, make money, make all kinds of stuff. Get going. And now we go, what's on TV tonight? I want to be entertained. So we've gone from that kind of a country to a different kind of country. It's evolving. It's now time for us to learn the basics of how we can suspend judgment and yet be with what is happening around the world with wisdom and not fear. So that's what our mission is. Mission Impossible, remember that show? The Kabbalion tells us how. In the realm of form, we want agreement. In the realm of formlessness, everything is in right action. Everything is in right action when you lift yourself up above what is happening on this plane. Jesus said this, in my house there are many mansions. Did he mean elaborate rooms with golden plumbing and things like that? No. A mansion at that time was a place to sleep at night for the traveler. It was one little room. And so when you enter a room in your mind, you are entering a state of consciousness. Isn't that true when you go, some of us, when we go into a room, we forgot why we were coming in there, you know? Maybe it's just me. But, yeah. But anyway, we go, what did I come in here for? So that's what I mean. When you come from room to room, you're going into a different state of consciousness in your own home. You're not aware of it. Now you will be. Probably say, why did she have to tell me that? You know. But in my Father's house are many mansions. And so he says, you've got to choose which room you want. Do you want this three-dimensional room? Do you want these fourth, fifth, sixth, higher dimensions where the vibrations are higher? That's what I want. That's what I'm erasing that blackboard so that I can rise up, where we can bring the darkness into the light. We transmit love energy. It's the strongest energy in the cosmos, the law of attraction. So knowing that law of attraction, we don't want to bring any more of this fearful stuff to us. I love God, Spirit, universe, the great central sun, Wakantanka, Jesus, Krishna, Sai Baba, Creator, creation. It's not an entity, it's a process. Movement and rest is what it is. The universe affirms and fills all your wants and needs. So be careful. Careful what you ask for. So be aware right now. I just invite you to be aware of what's stirring in you now. What is stirring? The Kabbalah says the philosophy behind the religion is more important than the religion. You know, I've always thought that, but here it is in writing, you know. It seems we get it backwards. We focused on the dogmas instead. So we need to go back to the ancient mystic teachings, the mystery schools. Richard Rohr, Father Richard Rohr, I'm a follower of his. He's so wise, you would think. And before I knew about him, when I heard him, I thought, is he a unity minister? You know, yeah. He says Christianity was lost at the hands of Constantine. Esoteric mysticism of Yeshua, the mystic, the prophet, was lost because they turned it into a state religion. Everybody had to do certain things and all that. The Kabbalion warns us, keep the energy flowing and don't let it crystallize. When something crystallizes, what happens? It stops. It stops. It's pretty. Crystals are beautiful. But that energy, and it still has energy in it, a crystal does. But when we crystallize something, what are we doing? We're creating laws and rules. The Kabbalion warns us against that because we need to keep that energy flowing. Now, unity, the unity movement, their New Thought movement, has no creeds or doctrines. Did you ever notice that? I know people coming in to some of my classes from other religious walks of life have said, well, what does unity believe about this? And what does unity say we have to do about that? Nothing. You know, we have no creeds, no doctrines. But more importantly, I want to ask you, when people ask me that, I want to ask them, where have you crystallized? I want you to be thinking of this. Where have you crystallized in your life? In consciousness? What have you hardened into something unrecognizable? What compels your outer acts? What compels you? Sometimes you say, what made me do that? Consciousness compels the outer act. When I feel scared, angry, revengeful, or compassionate, where am I in relationship to my Christ self? My Christ self. How am I relating? I'm going to quote Carl Jung next. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves, and that is also in the Kybalion. And so he just rediscovered it. I'll tell you a quick story. There was a person in our congregation that would just drive me crazy. She was so critical and negative and, on and on and on. And I couldn't get it out of my head. I just wanted to, I couldn't stop thinking of it. And she would come to my classes and make a big scene and all this kind of thing. And so one day, my husband and I lived in a house where we had an office in the same room. His desk was against that wall, my desk was against this wall, and our backs were, to each other. So I made this list of all these things that this woman, these traits that this woman had that just drove me crazy. And I handed it to him, and I said, would you please put a check mark beside the ones I've listed here that I have? Well, that's worse than saying, do I look fat in this? It's worse than that. And so he, honestly, he turned pale. And so I said, I won't get mad. Just do it for me. I just want you to do this for me. It's okay. And so he looked up from the paper. It was a Post-it note, one of those yellow ones that are kind of longer, He looked up from it and he goes, all of them? I took it back from him and I said, thank you very much. It was my experiment. I had to experience it. This woman's stuff was what I had that I didn't like in myself. You see, don't be afraid to try these things out. Condemnation does not liberate. It oppresses. We cannot change anything until we accept it. And aren't all the recovery programs, aren't they run on that? That's Kybalion. All of them, all those things is what he said. The lips of wisdom are closed except to the ears of understanding. Wisdom and understanding are partners. They're like kids holding hands, skipping down the road. Okay. Tell me again what wisdom is. It's a lot, right? Associated with attributes such as unbiased judgment, compassion, experiential self-knowledge, self-transcendence, and non-attachment, and virtues such as ethics and benevolence. We live in a time of both crisis and opportunity. In a time of chaos is your highest time of possibilities, creativeness. Instead of saying, stop, how can I create within this? What can I create? We're recognizing the value of a unifying way of thinking. I see it all the time. Acting, reconciling, boundary crossing, and bridge building. I see it all the time on the internet, as well as the other stuff. Spirit moves and moves me. Let's say it together. Spirit moves and moves me. Now. It moves me now. All the time. When we're able to see more broadly, deeply, wisely, and lovingly, we can collaborate on creative solutions to today's injustices. Seeing with the eyes of the mystics have relevance in our busy modern world today. Those who sense our connections and oneness are called mystics. They know and live their oneness with the all that is. The all that is, the higher vibrations. Einstein once said is that you can't solve a problem on the level of the problem. And if we were saying his same thoughts, his same ideas today, we'd say, we have tried to solve today's problems with yesterday's software, which often caused the problem in the first place. So using a regular spiritual practice, I have a very short one, and it seems like the shorter they are, the better I can use them. So I'm not saying that you have to meditate, or I'm not suggesting that you meditate for 45 minutes a day. I'm saying using a regular spiritual practice of just stop and be. Stop and be. Higher levels of consciousness always provides us with more understanding. Always. Stop. Check yourself out. Be. That's it. Feel your body. Be in the body. To forgive and show compassion toward more and more, even those we're not naturally attracted to. Spirit prepares a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. That was last month, right? Strength. And what was table? What was table? I said I thought it was some kind of a big banquet hall table, but it was a platform on which to stand. Stand up there. Prepares a table before me on which I may stand. Anoints my head with oil. All right, symbology there. My head is a symbol of my intellect. The oil is a symbol of love. So there's wisdom right there. There's the equation. It is what I know with love. With love smeared all over it. Okay? Anoints my head with oil. That's wisdom. It's wisdom. It's better. It's better than the dictionary version of it. These people, these mystics, have plumbed the depths of both suffering and love, and emerged with compassion for the world, and teach by examples. What I try to do too. They have a learned capacity to recognize God within themselves, in others, and in all things. How many of you read spiritual articles on the internet? On the internet. I'm calling that the gospel of YouTube, or YouTube theology. It gives you the top. You know, it skims off the top. But I have to say that this past week, I was in a consciousness where I was just kind of feeling funky, you know, and I had my phone there on the kitchen table, and I started thumbing through it, and this thing popped up. This evangelist that I had looked at, you know, years ago. And I thought, I wonder what she's doing now. So I plugged into it, you know, tapped into it. And didn't everything she said was exactly what I needed that day? Yeah. And so I liked it so much, I looked up and found another one, and each one of her talks were 1 hour. You think I go long, you know. Each one was an hour, and I watched 3 of them. And when that was over, I felt so much better and fortified and all. So YouTube, yeah, YouTube theology. Spiritually mature people who are evolving and have evolved in that inner journey, something begins to emerge. Check yourself out on this. Does this happen? And they bring it out and they say, I just can't say these words anymore. I just can't say these affirmations. I have to live it. I feel like I have to embody this. And then, hey, I've got to find 2 or 3 other people who see what I see so that we can do something about this situation. What sacredness that is to awaken and reach out to find 2 or 3 more people that you can collaborate with, work with, so that you can embody what this is, because you support one another. And isn't there a verse in the Gospels? What's it say? Wherever 2 or more, can you finish it? Are gathered here. I am in the middle of that. The I am. There is the I am. What is the I am? The Christ energy is there with you. So when you reach out and you find somebody, just like here, or just like where you work, or the milk, well, they don't deliver milk anymore. I started saying the milkman, but that doesn't. But you know what? You know what I mean? Somebody that you've met. Where 2 or more are gathered, there I am in the midst of them. There is the Christ in the midst of them. When people who are motivated by love to come together, knowing the pain of our planet, but they are motivated by love to work for peace and justice and expose the pain of racism and hate. We can transform our world toward the peace and harmony of God. Stop and be the one. Be the one you have waited for. And so it is. Amen. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. So let's get ready now to go into meditation. Taking a breath. And I'm going to ask you to let the words that I speak be those of your own heart. Allowing the sounds outside to be like a lullaby piece. To lay aside any burden, anything that you want to just erase on that blackboard. Breathing, allowing. Something great is happening. Feel it. Love is taking over, and it won't let go of me now. Something here is calling me with forward motion. I am drops in one ocean, rolling on. I lift up my voice and say, I am the one I have waited for. And I breathe that in. I live the dream of my highest calling. I am the hope of the new day dawning. I am the one who can make a difference. And I say, let's stand together. I share my gifts with the world that's waiting for a change. We're all creating. This is the moment of my greatness. Let's stand together now. Every day is a chance I can do something amazing to fill my position blazing and shine. I paint with every vision and dance to new directions, to new heights in my mind. I will rise up with you today. I will lift up my voice and boldly say, I am the one I've been waiting for. One dream, one voice, one heart, one world. I am the one I have waited for. Here I am, Lord. Use me. And so it is. Amen.
If we could have the ushers come forward. At this time, we all have an opportunity to participate in service. So we understand that God's substance is always in circulation. And all we have to do is tap into it intentionally. Now, what happens with the tap? When we turn it on, it flows. When we turn it off, it stops. There is no stop to God's substance. And we understand in unity and any other spiritual practice that giving is a spiritual practice. And we are opening ourselves to that which is ours and that which is given to us freely. And it's with that giving. So if we want to take our financial offerings, our spiritual offerings, our time gifts, whatever it is, we're going to place it over our hearts, our solar plexus, and we're going to bless it. And with me, or repeat after me, divine love, expressed in me, as me, through me, blesses and multiplies, and multiplies, and multiplies, and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is.
So I like this old traditional hymn. It's in your book on page 109. And the second verse is particularly nice, I think. But you might even know some of this one by heart. Be thou my vision, O Lord of my heart, not be all else to me save that thou art. Thou my best thought by day or by night, waking or sleeping, thy presence my light. Be thou my wisdom, and thou my true word, not be all else to me, thou with me, Lord. Thou my great Father, and I thy true Son. Thou in me dwelling, thy presence with thee one.
Thank you, Kathy. Would the ushers please bring the offering bags forward? Thank you. For the blessing of the offerings. Thank you. You can face me, okay? Thank you. I hope the light isn't just too bright, though. You might need shades. So, in gratitude for this meeting of truth, practitioners is what we are, that this ministry may thrive to do the mighty work it's blessed to do. And so it is. Amen.
Here come the kiddos.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine,
Miss Gwen.
let it shine, let it shine.
We're the kind of church, when you come to church, you can take your shoes off, and that's what she does. Make yourself at home. She's fine. Today, our lesson was about the Good Samaritan. And we read the story, and we talked about things that we've done that is helpful. But first, we had to find out who is our neighbor. And we figured out that it was anybody around us and anybody that crosses our path is our neighbor, not just the person who lives next door. And so we talked about things we've done and what are things we could do. And we figured out that we could be called good Gainesvillians. Since the Samaritan came from Samaria, get it? So we're going to be good. Some of us are Newberians, but we're going to, me. So, and we played we've got a new bingo game. We played spring bingo because it is springtime.
All right. Thank you, Miss Gwen. I'm a Gainesvillian. Okay. All right. If we can rub our hands together, stand if you're able. And we're going to bless our children, not just here, but children in our community, children in our family, children of the world. And that's right, children who are 3 days old. Okay. We're going to say this together. Children, we love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we see the Christ presence you are. All right, let's circle up. So if it's your first time here, we get in the family circle, and you'll see.
Yeah, we can sing it. This is we're doing the peace song, and if you don't know all the words, it's on page 3 in the hymn book, if those of you who are new. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step we take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Jackie, can you say that one more time for me?
The prayer circle, the healing circle that we used to have, we're beginning again the first, third, and fifth Sundays. It starts in 5 minutes at the front of the sanctuary.